Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video here today, and today we're going to be talking about the Houston Rockets potentially signing former first-round pick TyTy Washington. I never thought I'd be talking about this after the Rockets traded TyTy Washington to the Atlanta Hawks with Usman Garuba a couple months ago, but I've seen a couple Twitter posts from some Rockets fans on Rockets Twitter saying that the Rockets should pick up TyTy Washington Jr. after the Oklahoma City Thunder waived the guard that the Houston Rockets selected with the 29th overall pick in the 2022 NBA draft. If you didn't know all the transactions that the Rockets have made over these two guys, TyTy Washington and Usman Garuba, over the last couple months, the Houston Rockets traded TyTy Washington Jr., a first-round pick in 2022 that they selected, and then Usman Garuba, a first-round pick in the 2021 NBA draft, with a second-round pick and cash considerations to the Atlanta Hawks for nothing. It was a salary dump. Then, obviously, if you're a basketball fan, you know about the trade that sent John Collins to the Utah Jazz for Rudy Gay and a second-round pick. Then what the Atlanta Hawks did was they traded TyTy Washington Jr. and Usman Garuba with Rudy Gay and a second-round pick for Patty Mills. So basically, the Hawks traded John Collins for Patty Mills, which sounds ridiculous. That sounds crazy. And so then OKC got two former Rockets first-round picks, TyTy Washington Jr. and Usman Garuba. And over the last couple of days, Oklahoma City has waived both guys. They waived TyTy. I think they waived TyTy on Sunday. And then they waived Usman Monday or Tuesday, something like that. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, I think it was Monday actually. So they waived TyTy Sunday, and then they waived Usman on Monday. And now both guys are free agents. Rockets fans were upset. Rockets Twitter was upset when the Rockets traded these guys. These guys didn't, they weren't that successful when they were with the Rockets, but these were fan favorites for the Rockets. Some Rockets fans who, they weren't, didn't really care about these two guys. You'll see Rockets Twitter and Rockets fans say, why do you guys care about these guys? They didn't really do anything. But Rockets Twitter loved TyTy Washington Jr. and Usman Garuba. They wanted both of those guys to play more. And I've seen a couple tweets on Twitter saying that the Rockets should pick up one of TyTy Washington Jr. or Usman Garuba. The Rockets only have one roster spot open, and they could pick up one of these guys if they wanted to. I've heard that they never really wanted to trade either one of these guys, but they had to do a salary dump to make their free agency signings that they were trying to get, because they were making so many free agency deals. They signed Fred VanVleet to that huge contract. They signed Dylan Brooks to the massive contract as well. They gave Jock Landale a 4-year, $32 million deal. They gave Jeff Green a really large contract, so he wouldn't re-sign with Denver. They gave Jeff Green a $1 million, a 1-year, $6 million deal, something like that. They gave Jeff Green a lot of money. They spent some other money. I think they gave Aaron Holiday $3 million, $3.8 million. They spent a lot of money, and they needed to they needed to do some salary dumps in order to make those signings happen, and that's why they made that trade with the Atlanta Hawks to send TyTy Washington Jr. and Usman Garuba to the Atlanta Hawks. And now that those signings are done, and TyTy Washington and Usman Garuba have been traded again to OKC and now waived, and they're both free agents. I mean, I wouldn't mind the Rockets picking one of these guys up, but if I got to be honest, if you're going to pick one of them up, it has to be Usman Garuba. He's a center. You kind of need a center right now. I mean, you have Jock Landale and Alperen Sengun. Those are your top two guys, but you don't really have a third center going into training camp. I mean, I guess you could say Jabari Smith Jr. is another guy who can play the 5, but he's listed as a power forward, as a small forward. He'll be the starting power forward. So I honestly don't know how much 5 Jabari will be playing this year. You saw Jabari play a little bit at the 5 last season in his rookie season, not that much. because you did have Sengun and Garuba playing a lot at that center position, and earlier in the season you had Bruno Fernando playing the center position as well. So I don't know how much 5 Jabari will be playing this season. I don't think it'll be that much. Maybe you'll see Jabari play, the 5 if Sengun or Jock Landale is injured. Maybe let's just let's go for instance. Alperen Sengun. There was a lot of games last year where he got sick. There was a good, there was a good 3 or 4 games that Alperen Sengun missed last year. I think there was like 2 or 3 games last year where Sengun missed due to an illness. So let's say Sengun gets sick again. Jabari's probably going to start at the 5. I honestly see the Rockets stretching Jabari to the 5 and starting him if Alperen Sengun is not available. So I could see Jabari Smith Jr. playing a little bit at the 5 this season. But as of right now, you really only have 2 centers on the roster with Jock Landale and Alperen Sengun. So I would like the Rockets to add in another center to this roster. And Usman Garuba was a guy I never really wanted them to get rid of. As a TyTy Washington Jr., I really like TyTy Washington Jr. He had a really solid rookie season where he averaged 5 points per game, 2 assists per game, and 2 rebounds per game. Really solid player. I think someone will pick him up on like a 2-way contract, and he'll get to show himself there. I just don't think it makes sense to sign TyTy Washington Jr. I think he's a good player. He's a solid, he's a solid point guard, solid, just solid general player. But I think the thing is that you have so much talent at guard position as of right now going into training camp. Let's just go over the point guard position. Not even going over shooting guard position. You have Fred VanVleet. You have Amen Thompson. KPJ can play the point guard. He probably won't be playing the point guard, but even KPJ will be listed as the shooting guard. So Aaron Holiday, and that's really it. So I don't really see the Rockets adding in TyTy Washington Jr. I think we have more need at the center position than we do at the point guard position. So if the Rockets are going to sign if they're going to pick up one of these guys, it's definitely going to be Usman Garuba. I feel like Usman Garuba is a guy that Ime Udoka would have liked using in his rotation. I don't think if Usman Garuba gets picked up by the Rockets, he's not going to play that much. But I thought that Ime Udoka would like using Usman Garuba. I just feel like he fits well with Ime Udoka's coaching system. And, we'll see. I think definitely it's possible one of these guys can get picked back up by the Rockets. But I think if it's going to be anybody, it's going to be Usman Garuba. I'd love to have TyTy back. I just think it doesn't make sense with all the guard talent this roster has with, the point guard VanVleet, Amen Thompson, Aaron Holiday, shooting guard Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr., and also Dylan Brooks can play the shooting guard as well. A lot of talent at the guard position for the Rockets. I just don't see the Rockets picking up TyTy Washington Jr., although if it would happen, I would be down for it. But I think if you're going to pick either one of these guys up, it has to be Usman Garuba. But we'll see. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the potential signings for the Rockets. Use your thoughts, and that's it for the video, and peace out. Go Rockets.